maybe would.
It's Coffee Talk on FM 94.7 and AM 1450. And it's time now for the Insider Report with Everett Hughes. Good morning, Everett.
Good morning, Doug. And what are we up to today?
What are we up to today?
Yeah.
5'8", although I might have shrank.
Oh, well, shoot. Stay out of the rain, you won't shrink. Hey, I've got to talk about something today.
Okay.
Well, I don't have to, but I'm going to.
All right.
And it's about what happens to people who were drawing Social Security,
Mm-hmm.
and then they decide, well, I want to take out some retirement money and fix the place up. Okay?
Okay.
And so they didn't want to borrow it. They're going to find out they should have borrowed it. But they didn't want to borrow it, so they just dipped in to their retirement funds, and they're past 59 and a half.
Okay.
Okay? So there's no penalty, but, you start taking your retirement money out, and it's fully taxable. Okay?
Right.
So these people wanted to do some remodeling. So they took out $88,000.
$88,000?
Oh, yeah, they wanted to fix up the place and do some renovations.
Man.
They took out $88,000. Okay?
Right.
And he did plenty of tax withholding, so they wouldn't get in trouble that way. But here's what he did to themselves. They were getting Social Security benefits also. And as a result of them taking out $88,000 in retirement money, $38,000 of their Social Security benefits became fully taxable.
So what happened?
You pay tax.
How much?
The difference?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to tell you. And I went through this with them. And they had pulled out plenty of withholding, so they even got a refund. But the total tax to these folks was $19,909. Okay? That was the tax.
That's a lot of money. So
Yeah. But now,
what? Gets worse?
if they hadn't taken out the retirement money,
Uh-huh.
their tax would have only been, get this, they wouldn't have had any tax. They would have had no taxable income. They would have paid no tax.
So they would have been better off to, say, how much was, of course, this $88,000 is what they would have had to borrow if they got a loan, though, right?
Well, yeah, they needed $88,000 to do whatever repairs and modifications and improvements they wanted to do.
So then they would have just made payments on that.
Well, they could have made payments on that, but taking out that amount of money, see, if they had not taken out the retirement money,
Yes.
only $3,139 of their Social Security benefits would have been taxable.
Whoa.
They increased their taxable income by $38,000 of their Social Security income.
So, and what this tells me is, if you're planning on doing something like this, you need to go see your tax man to find out what your liabilities really are.
Doug, that's exactly what they need to do. Anybody doing this, I mean, this is what we call planning. And now, I met with these people, and they were a little shocked, but they're in a position where he said, well, we probably would have done it anyway.
Oh.
Just
okay.
because of what, but, the next person coming down the pike maybe wouldn't have.
Yeah.
And so I get this question. We've got calls on the live show. Somebody wanted to know, if I file, what happens, and this and that. And so I thought this was a perfect example of how much
good example
more their Social Security benefits were taxed. I mean, the difference was without the.
We got to wrap it up here.
Well, we do have to wrap it up.
So
get your tax advice before you do it.
That's right. 533-4131, the number to call, or
EverettHughes.com, and you can listen to all this stuff.